How's it going, everyone? Want to cover a ton of great PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 game deals real quick in this video. Let's not waste any time. Gonna be a little bit of a quicker video. Don't have too many titles to go over, but still some notable stuff. Right off the top, Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Don't have a big deal on this, but guess what? The game's not out, so anything that you can get, we'll take it. The game is actually being sold at Best Buy and at Target at its regular $70, but it's also coming with a $10 gift card at both platforms, so both retailers. So if you do want to pick it up, if you're gonna buy it anyway and you're buying it physically, why not get a $10 gift card with it as well? Obviously, this is a game that a lot of people, it's just one of those games that people are down to pay 70 bucks for. It's going to be few and far between that I feel like people are going to be, you know, jumping out of their seat to pay $70 for a game, but it seems like Jedi Survivor is one of those games. The gift card gimmick, just to give you guys a little bit of a backstory, was actually being done at Kmart for a while, like probably over a decade ago, but it was like a $20 gift card that you would get every time you bought a $60 game. So I remember back in the day, like people were just cycling through $60 games and buying every new release, but essentially getting them for $40 a pop. And let me tell you, those were the times. I remember doing that with like Crysis 2, Infamous 2, I think around that time period, and it was fantastic. I think Uncharted 3 right around that time period as well. Unfortunately, those days are gone, and we're paying $70 and getting a $10 gift card, but we'll take what we can get as far as that's concerned. You know, you can put that $10 gift card towards another upcoming release. If there's anything else you're interested in, Final Fantasy 16 is going to be here before you know it. And again, Jedi Survivor, I think content-wise, I think gameplay-wise, quality-wise, it's just going to be one of those games that I feel like we're going to look back at it and be like, okay, that was a game that we spent $70 on, but it was worth that full $70. So there you go with that. That'll be available. You know, EA games do have a track record of going on sale fairly quickly. I look at a Need for Speed Heat. I look at a Need for Speed Unbound. I look at a Wild Hearts. Those two games went on sale fairly quickly. Dead Space Remake has seen its fair share of discounts, you know, down to 50 bucks. Jedi Survivor, I feel like, is going to hold up in price for quite a while, so I wouldn't be expecting a discount on it all too soon. So, you know, paying full price, getting a $10 gift card day one, I think that's pretty decent. Next up, do you want to know, GameStop has got the Callisto Protocol down to 30 bucks new. So the MSRP for this has dropped to $49.99, so it's $29.99 on PS5. The PS4 version is $19.99 if you do want to pick up the PS4 version. It kind of sucks when you look at the price difference of $60 to $70. Yes, that $10 price difference, it kind of sucks when you talk about cross-gen games, but then when you look at it, $20 to $30, that sucks even more. Like, that's a bigger differential when you talk about, you know, the price difference, it going to lower prices. $19.99 would be a great price for the Callisto Protocol, and definitely a price point I would recommend the game at. At $29.99, it's also a pretty good pickup. I do wonder if they're eventually going to release like a complete edition for this game once all the DLC and everything rolls out for that. Nevertheless, it's a game that if you're into survival horror titles, it's got an incredible atmosphere. I think thematically the game is great. Ultimately, I feel like it does falter from a gameplay standpoint. Not everybody hated the gameplay as much as I did, and I didn't even like despise it. I just thought it was really clunky, pretty mid, and yeah, didn't like it. The dodge mechanics, I just was not a big fan of it, and it is a game on the shorter side, so $70 for it was a little bit of a steep price point, but at $30, if you're into survival horror games, if you want a game that's a little bit shorter, because let's be real, we can't all be playing, you know, 70-hour games all the time, Callisto Protocol is one that you can get into, complete it over a weekend, and then move on, and I think, you know, that kind of an experience for $30, not a bad deal whatsoever. But yeah, I think the issue of PS4 and PS5 games, when you do compare a $19.99 to a $29.99, that issue is gonna go away once we just move to PS5 games as a whole. Like, we're not gonna have versions that are 60 or 70, we're just gonna have versions that are 70, so we won't even be able to compare that aspect. So yeah, be noted on that. But moving on from that, Octopath Traveler 2, which just came out, 25% off for $44.99. Not a super steep discount on it, but given that it just came out like 2 months ago, I feel like it's still worth noting. And if you're talking about a game that gives you a lot of content, this is one that's going to give you a sizable amount of content. I'm hearing anywhere from 80 to 100 hours. This is one that unfortunately I have not been able to sink a lot of time to, but one of my friends is playing through it, and I've been watching them play the entire thing, and yeah, they're having a great time with it. And if you enjoyed Octopath Traveler 1, from what I know, this is just leaps and bounds better than that game in just about every way. So yeah, you have the same layout of having 8 different characters. They all have their narratives, and they connect together, and yeah. $45 for that. Again, relatively recent release, seems like something to check out. Stranger of Paradise Final Fantasy Origin for PlayStation 4, $19.99, free upgrade to PS5 on this one. $19.99 is the perfect price for this. This came out a year ago, and I played it right when it came out. Definitely had its shortcomings. The narrative was absolutely comical. The voice acting was comical. The main character in Jack was so bad that it was funny. The ending was great, though. You know, when you talk about games having a bad story, but the ending is really good, that's probably the opposite of what you hear, where a game has a really strong narrative and then, you know, a bad ending. You'll see that a lot more often. Gameplay-wise, it's enjoyable. Soundtrack is great, and if you like the Final Fantasy themes, you'll enjoy it from that standpoint. 20 bucks for it. Again, I think that's a good price if you want a fun action RPG that you're not going to take too seriously from a narrative standpoint. Obviously, it is a Souls-like, so it can get kind of challenging, but this does have difficulty options, like if you do want to take advantage of that, so that is something to consider. Do want to mention Neo: The World Ends With You is 60% off for $19.93. This is, of course, available on PlayStation Plus Extra, but if you want the game to own, this is a great title. Really, really good story here. It would be beneficial if you played the original World Ends With You, but it's not absolutely necessary. There is an anime. The anime is kind of terrible, but yeah, you know, who's trying to pull out a DS and try to play the game? I believe the game is available on your phone, and the phone version is pretty good. It's also on the Switch, the original game, that is. So if you do want to play it, you can play it that way, but you can jump into Neo no problem and still have a good time. Overall, a very good RPG with a really cool battle system that I saw some people not being as high on as I was, but I thought it was pretty good with all the different pins and whatnot, and obviously tremendous soundtrack and relatively decent amount of content as well. So check that out at $19.93. And then lastly, I do want to know Dying Light 2 Stay Human is 58% off at $24.99. Didn't enjoy it as much as Dying Light 1, but Dying Light 2 is still a solid game. I would recommend to be playing it on PlayStation 5, but yeah, $25 for the game I think is a great price, and yeah, still has a lot of content. The parkour gameplay is great. The combat, I think, is what sees a step behind. I thought the story was pretty interesting until the end. I think they kind of fumbled the bag there, but initially it starts off incredibly compelling, and I thought incredibly engaging as well. So $24.99 for that. Pretty good price, all things considered. And that's going to do it for me. Again, Jedi Survivor deal. Mainly wanted to mention that. Getting a gift card with your purchase. Definitely do check that out. That's available at Best Buy and at Target, so jump on that as soon as possible. Callisto Protocol, Octopath Traveler 2, Stranger of Paradise, Neo: World Ends With You, and Dying Light 2. A lot of great stuff, so check out the links in the description box down below. That's going to do it for me. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.